What's going on, guys? Hopefully you guys are having a wonderful day today. And in today's video, I wanted to talk about how to trade earnings and again, how important levels are, especially when you combine them with that confidence behind your back with the flow. All right, so somebody brought BA to my attention this morning. I knew they had earnings, but I didn't really look at the levels until they brought it up to my attention. Then I looked at BA. In the pre-market, we see that we sell off and we're hitting this 158 area level and kind of bouncing. That's what I kind of noticed in the pre-market. But I went back to the daily, and when we're looking at support levels on the daily, guys, we have to look to the left. Whether you're looking for upwards resistance or downward support, you have to look up to the left. Look up to the left, and for support, you're looking down to the left, down to the left. All right. So let's take a look here on the daily. We closed at around, that 167, 160. 167 or 66.50 area. Okay, so if you want to find supports, we have to look to the left. So we look down to the left, and let's take a look at to the left. We don't see anything here. We don't see anything. We don't see anything. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. There's not much support. Not much support. Bam! Right there, we have this little gap that was fully filled, and the top of that gap fill is sitting at around 158.80. Great. Now let's look down to the left. Here we go. Now we have 150.160, and then down to the left again. We have this price action that's right there, and then we also have this area right here, which is the low that we bounced at. All right. So these are the levels that we have. So knowing this, I looked back into the pre-market levels, and I said, all right, since there's no support from 158 until 151. Earnings wasn't that great. There's a sell-off happening in the pre-market. If we lose that 158.50, we could see further downside. All right. Now let's take a look at what happens when the market opens. All right. So this right here, we can see that once we broke that 158.80, I actually got into some puts. I alerted the puts in the room, and this thing really sold off. We got in at 310 here, and you can see this thing sold off and continued falling down. Now, the most important thing here, once we got into those puts, I want you to pay attention to what happens to the flow. Take a look at all this bearish activity, okay? They're buying 150 puts when the stock was sitting at around 158. So they're buying 150 puts, 150 puts, 155 puts. They're all coming in here with lots of bearish activity, guys, right? They're buying all these puts here. Then you look at the quick view tab, you can see the 140 puts, the 150 puts are being lit up. All right, so that right there gave me that confidence to kind of continue holding this trade a little bit longer than I usually do. And then it sold off, took my profits, but this thing continued going down over 270%. And look where we bounced at, that last level of support. We had some buyers step in right here at this 151 level that we drew, but this 145 level ended up being the bottom of the day because we had that level drawn from the daily. All right, so make sure you guys understand how to come up with your levels, and if key levels break, especially with pressure from earnings, you could take advantage of that big move down. Then you combine it with the flow. You see that they're pouring in all this flow activity, especially out the gates, and then you can look at the quick view tab, give yourself some confirmation, some confidence in holding that trade a little bit longer. And this trade from 310 ended up hitting around 1150. All right, guys, hopefully you guys found some value in this, some education in this. If you did, go ahead and like, and make sure you share this with somebody that you might think will find value in it. Thank you for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.